So today, as we come into our practice, we are meditating on a word. That's what Yoga 365 has for us. First thing in the morning, choose one word that describes what you want from your day. For example, you may wish for strength, compassion, joy, contentment, ease, peace, inspiration, or patience. Write the word down or simply keep it in mind. That's why we write it on the cup, right? At the beginning of most of our classes, we write it down on the cup and we drink it in to manifest. We meditate on that word. Throughout the day, repeat it to yourself and consider what it means to you. Keep returning to this word as a reminder and a point of reference. Investigate it. Take note of moments when it reveals itself in the events of your day. Notice when you need it most as a reminder of how you wish to feel that day and today. So go ahead and pick your word now, because that's what we're going to put behind our restorative practice tonight. Oh, you need some healing in your heart, boyfriend? Go ahead, grab your mat, come on down and get a little restorative stretching in with us. So what's nice about this practice is more times than not, we barely stand up. Ooh, hold on one second here. Our TikTokers got kicked out. Let me see why. All right, now they're in. You're here, I'm here, they're here, we're all here. I'm glad we caught on to that before we started moving, because once I start moving, real talk, when it's the fitness classes, I barely look at this screen, for real. I'll look at it afterwards to talk and chat and see what y'all are chiming in with. But I'm so glad that we fixed that before we came correct on our mats. So Dive, my man, go ahead, grab 2 pillows if you have. Otherwise, 2 blocks if you're a yoga man. And we're going to do restorative stretching. Again, I've peeled back the word yoga from everything I do, because I notice people either hear yoga and they run because it's not for them, or they're like, ooh, and they're expecting something. I like to do transformative yoga. That's the type of yoga that I created and I certify people in. That's yoga that makes you come full circle in life, come full circle on your mat, come full circle in your practice, okay? So that's what we do with our mat, with our weights, with our blocks. We come full circle. So if you're here to get your restorative stretch on, go ahead and come on down to your mat. Today, our practice and our word from Yoga 365 is all about giving our practice one word of intention. We're going to start in a child's pose. I want you to spread your knees to the wide edges of your mat. Bring your big toes to touch behind you. And just breathe into your belly. Maybe feel it protrude. Open mouth, exhale, feel it deflate. And just stay sitting upright here for a minute. Take note, take inventory of you, your body. Perform that self-study. What are you feeling? Where does your mind go when you start to find stillness? Do your knees hurt? Do you need to bring your knees in a little bit closer? Are your calves aching from sitting down on them and connecting your glutes to your heels? Get rid of the to-do lists. Maybe even close down your eyes and breathe for a minute with me here, bringing your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Breathing in, the belly protrudes. Open mouth, exhale. Letting it go. The day, the week, you're almost there. Friday's tomorrow. There's a reason why we do restorative stretching before boot camp on Thursdays. Sometimes we need to unwind to remember we need to surge through the rest of the week before we can fully relax. And sometimes when you're wound up towards the end of the week, it's better to stretch before you do your boot camp so that you don't hurt yourself. And when you've performed a study of yourself, taking inventory of the aches, the pains, the good, the bad, the in-between, I want you to breathe into it and breathe out. Let it all go. Let go of the judgments, the studies. When you're ready, start to walk your palms out in front of you. Extend them out long your palms pressed into the earth, your fingertips pointing far away from your tailbone. And then draw your forehead down to the earth to make that forehead to ground connection. Allow your head, your neck to hang heavy here. As you surrender into yourself, breaths in, you feel your belly expand. Maybe it presses on the top of your thighs. Open mouth exhales, that belly deflates, release. Press into your palms and reach further away. See how that extends your arms longer. And as you press into the earth, send that energy down to your tailbone. Push your booty into your heels and your forehead into the earth deeper. Maybe rock your head from left to right. Coming back to that one word of intention that you set for yourself. Today mine is thankful. My Thankful Thursday I dedicate to all of you, for without you none of this is possible. And I will continue to come back to that word thankful as we move here on our mats. Finding stillness in your tabletop. In just a few moments, we'll take a thread the needle expression. That will require you to walk back your palms towards your body. Go ahead when you're ready. And stay on your left fingertips. Keep them tented. Inhale, right fingertips high. Roll out your right shoulder with your exhale. Clockwise and counterclockwise. Enjoying the sensation in the space that you're creating. Next, inhale, fingertips back up high. Roll out your right wrist. Those left fingertips are tented, keeping you nice and erect, high in your body. Breathe out your air. Inhale, right fingertips high. Exhale, swoop your right arm through your left armpit space. Draw your right shoulder and ear to the mat. Option to walk your left palms out in front of you as you roll your right shoulder down away from your ear and pull your right fingertips further through. With every breath in, reaching further away with your left fingertips from your body. With every breath out, releasing and twisting a little deeper. Drawing the top of your head towards your left hand with your breath in. Stay for another 2 cycles of breath as you exhale. Feeling this stretch in your inner thighs, in your right shoulder, your left side body. Next, inhale, start to walk your left hand back towards your face. Tent your fingertips once more and unravel your right arm, right fingertips to the sky. Exhale, right fingertips come to the earth as they tent. Inhale, left fingertips high. Let's balance it out. Exhale, we roll out our left shoulder girdle. Clockwise and counterclockwise, being sure to take the equal amount of circles in both directions. Next, inhale, left fingertips high. Exhale, roll out your left wrist. Clockwise and counterclockwise. Release your air. Inhale, left fingertips high. Wiggle, wiggle. Exhale, swoop your left arm through your right armpit space. Bring your left shoulder, left ear down to the mat if possible. Option to walk your right fingertips out in front of you like you did on the other side as you pull that left arm further through and relax your left shoulder from your ear. With every breath in, we reach our right fingertips further away from our tailbone. And with every breath out, we pull that left arm further through and continue to adjust our shoulder away from our ear. Breath in, top of the head towards your right hand. Breath out, relax. Where does your mind go when these restorative postures get a little tough and it feels a little sticky? Rather than fighting with your breath, breathe into it, lean into it with ease. Stay for 2 more cycles of breath. Enjoying the space that you're creating on your left side of your neck, in your right side body, in your thighs. Just breathe. Next, inhale, starting to walk your right fingertips back towards your body. Left fingertips come up high. Exhale, left fingertips down to the ground. Walk out in front of you into a tabletop pose. We'll take a few cow, cat postures. Shoulders stacked above your wrists, hips above your knees. Gaze down at the ground below you in between your palms. Belly button into your spine like a corset. Inhale, belly drops low, gaze comes high. Cow pose. Exhale, round and curl, cat. As you curl into a little scared kitty cat, you pull your belly button even closer to your spine. Inhale, belly drops low, gaze comes high. Exhale, round and curl. Continuing to move through your cow and cat for 3 more cycles of breath. Taking any organic movements that feel natural, that you need. Only you know what you need, so go there now and take it. Simply using my voice as a guide. Next, inhale, come back to center, find your still tabletop. We'll take on a wrist stretch expression. Go ahead and flip the tops of your hands to the earth as your fingertips point towards your knees. Be gentle and mindful of your carpal bones, not pressing full weight down. Inhale, belly drops low, gaze comes high, modified cow. Exhale, round and curl, modified cat. Feeling this stretch in your wrists and your carpal bones, helping alleviate pain, tension, and stress that causes carpal tunnel syndrome. Taking 3 more rounds of breath. And if this wrist expression is too much for you, just come back to your neutral tabletop. Last cycle before slowly flipping your palms back to the earth. Press your toes into the ground to activate your feet. When you're ready, inhale, lift your knees off of the earth, pull your belly button to your spine in this bear claw hold. Stay with me here for just a few rounds of breath as you turn your core on and we take on a gentle restorative flow before we continue our deep stretching. Inhale, gaze down at the ground, top of your head away from your tailbone. Exhale, roll over your toes. Spike your hips towards the sky and walk it out in your down dog pose. What a down dog is a fancy yoga way to describe creating the letter V shape with your body. I'll walk you through coming into your down dog now. With your palms pressing into the earth, a little bit in front of you, you start to pedal out your feet by pressing one heel down towards the ground as you come up on the opposite foot's tippy toes. Feeling that stretch in your calf as you switch it out, pedaling out, walking it out like a dog on the back of your mat. When you're ready to find stillness, you press firmly into your palms, turning the elbow side of your arms towards the front of your mat to lock out your arm and protect your shoulders. Come up on the high of your tippy toes with a breath in. Exhale, allow your knees to hover off of the earth. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, shoot your hips high to the sky, still on your tippy toes. Then simply try to drop your heels towards the mat. Take a gentle bend in your knees if your hamstrings are tight, and readjust your hands so that they are aligned. With that gentle bend in your knees, you allow your hamstrings to relax as your low back fully extends. Take your gaze and your head down through your arms, and your eyes are looking back through your legs up at the ceiling behind you. Press into your palms, feel that energy shoot down your spine to your tailbone. Press into your feet, try to sink your heels a little deeper to the mat without compromising the bend in your knees. Feel that energy shoot down to the ground. Next, breath in, your gaze comes to your hands. Simply step your feet to the far edges of your mat behind your hands. You're in a wide leg forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift in your spine. Exhale, simply fold through your legs with a deep bend in your knees. Your gaze goes back and up behind you just like we had in down dog. Take a deeper bend in your knees and then grab opposite palm to opposite elbow and start to sway left to right to enjoy this organic dance in your body. Allow your head, your neck to hang heavy as you roll your weight onto the toe side of your feet so much that your heels could lift off of the earth without you falling. Stay for a few sways back and forth, and when you are ready, come back through center. Bring your fingertips to the ground. Tent your hands and toe heel your feet into touch. If you have knee sensitivity, it is okay to leave your knees hip width distance. Release your air as you fold over yourself once more. Your chest comes to the top of your thighs. Your head hangs heavy. Inhale, slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. Standing mountain pose. Your fingertips come high overhead and point towards the ceiling. Ground down into the four corners of your feet firmly, so much that your toes could lift without compromising your balance. Pull your belly button into your spine as you tuck your tailbone under. See how that pulls your lower rib cage down and pops your hips up into alignment. Relax your shoulders out of your ears by rolling them down and back. Your gaze is neutral out ahead. Your pinky side edge of your fingers, your hands rotated inward towards your center. With a deep breath in, hold your word of intention, thankfulness. And with a deep breath out, feel your shoulders drop away from your ears. Belly button into spine as if you could stand here all day. Fill up, reach for the sky. Exhale, gentle back bend as you start to lean back and arch. Your gaze paints along the ceiling, backward. Maybe you bend your elbows 90 degrees at your sides like a field goal. And then pinch your pointer finger and thumb finger together as you flail out your other 3 fingers to make a goddess expression. With every breath in, your head reaches further back. With every breath out, you arch further. Next, inhale, reaching back up through mountain pose, standing posture. Exhale, we swan dive down as we hinge with our hips. We lead with our hearts. Tent your fingertips on the ground. Inhale, lift your toes and heels so that your knees bend. Squat down as your knees come through the center of your arms and your booty meets your heels. Then draw your forehead down into your kneecaps. This is called a round tuck curl. And it compresses your thyroid and parathyroid while bringing your third eye center to your kneecaps. It flushes out your throat chakra and brings relaxation. Stay for a few cycles of breath in this pose. And when you're ready, come down to a seat on your glutes and kick your legs out long. Gentle bend of your knees. Grab your blocks or pillows and place them under your knees. Using 1 or 2 blocks, you decide what you need here tonight. Inhale, fingertips high, seated mountain pose, belly button into spine, core is tight. As we exhale, we reach up and pour over, grabbing for our feet, our ankles, or our shins. Allowing our forehead to drop to our kneecaps. With every breath in, we pull the top of our head towards the top of our feet. With every breath out, we surrender deeper into self. Making that forehead to knee connection. Take what you need here now. Give in to yourself. What does that voice say? Where do you go when you check in with yourself, when you find stillness? Do you find loving words, or are you judging and criticizing yourself? It is not what it looks like, it is how it feels. So stop judging and being so hard on yourself. Simply thank yourself for showing up. We'll be here for another minute or so. So if you crave a deeper stretch in your hamstrings, feel free to start removing 1 or both of your blocks to deepen the stretch as you bring the hamstrings into the equation. Keeping mind of your alignment. Never compromising the low back to stretch the legs. Every breath in, we're reaching the top of the head towards the top of the feet. And with every breath out, bringing that forehead to our knees. thanking them for supporting us every day. Our legs wouldn't work without our kneecaps to connect the upper and lower portion. Just like our light doesn't work without our dark, and we are neither, we are both, we are one at all times. Staying here for another 3 cycles of breath. What can you let go of in these moments? How can you be more flexible on your mat, in your body, and in your mind? Slowly rolling up with your next inhale. Taking your blocks to frame your legs as you come up onto your knees. We'll take a half splits modified pose here. So you're standing tall on your kneecaps. Go ahead and bring this left leg out long, straight in front of you. Toes are flexed towards your face. Take your blocks and frame your knee, your left knee. Pull your left hip back. Your right hip comes forward. Inhale, find a lift in your spine. Exhale, try to bring your forehead down towards your knee. And don't lock out the knee. Have a gentle bend in your kneecap to support the joint. And with every breath in, we extend in our spine as we pull back that left hip. And with every breath out, we send the forehead towards the knee and the right hip comes forward. Staying here for a few cycles of breath before we balance it out. Feeling this stretch all along the back side of your left leg, in the calf, your knee, your hamstring, your inner thigh, the fascia of your feet, your ankles. 3 more cycles of breath, lifting with the inhales, surrendering with the exhales. Maybe making that forehead to knee connection. Next, breath in, slowly coming to rise with our chest. Simply bend that left knee as you sink your hips forward. Feel your pelvis stretch. Your hip flexor on that right side releases. The IT band relaxes. Maybe using your palms on the blocks to support you. Inhale, we come up, pass through center, extend that left leg long again, extending the toes towards the sky. Exhale, we fold into our half split. Inhale, we come up into a forward leaning lunge, supported by our blocks. Exhale, simply come back to center in your low lunge. Kick the back right foot up towards the sky. Maybe leave your left hand on a block and then reach for your right ankle or top of your foot with your right hand. Feel this stretch in your right quadricep. You can stay right here supported by the block in your left hand. Or if you crave a little bit of a deeper stretch, plant into your left foot so firmly that you could lift your left toes and wave them. Then slowly pull the core into the spine, belly button to spine. And with your breath and gentle movements, reach back with your left hand to capture your right foot. Check your alignment once you get there. Relax your shoulders. away from your ears. If you can do this posture, but your shoulders are in your ears like earrings, it defeats the purpose. Use a block. Relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears, we pull in with our hands, taking a bend in our elbows to magnify our quadricep stretch on the right leg. If you would rather a shoulder stretch, then instead of bending the elbows and pressing the right foot in towards your right glute, you're going to kick that right foot out a little bit instead to pull the shoulders down and further away from the ears. Wherever you are, stay for a few breaths, and you'll get some time to switch it out in just a few moments. 2 more, wherever you are. And then when you're ready, I encourage you to try on something new. So if your leg is extended long, start to bring that right heel back in towards your right glute. And if your foot is in towards your right glute, start to extend the foot out long and straightening the legs. See how that pulls my shoulders down and back. Stay for 3 cycles of breath. It's okay if you fall out of it, come back to it, or just dial down and use a block. Slowly reaching for the block that supported you when you're ready. Releasing your right foot, both hands come back to the block. That right foot comes down to the ground. Let's switch our legs out. Bring that left knee to the earth. Right foot extends out long. Flex the toes towards the sky. We're almost there, guys. Have your hands on a block, tented, nice and tall. Inhale, find lift in your spine. Exhale with a gentle bend in the knee so we don't lock out our right knee joint. We start to pour over to reach our forehead towards our kneecap, half splits. With every breath in, finding extension in our spine as that right hip comes back. And with every breath out, sending the forehead towards the knee and pressing that left hip forward. Feeling that push to pull in this posture. Relaxing the shoulders out of your ears. Keeping that right foot flexed towards your face. Feeling this stretch in the bottom of your feet and the fascia. All up the back side of your right leg and your calf, your thigh, your hamstring. Even in your low back and your IT band. With every breath in, the top of your head reaches for the top of your foot. With every breath out, folding a little deeper. Where does your mind go when things start to slow down and we have to let go to create more space? Even if you were to fill up with only good things, you would be at capacity. And you would need to let some of those good things go in order to continue to bring in new good things. So why can't we look at the good and the bad as that? Take inventory, clear out what no longer serves us, and make space for what's to come. 3 more breaths here. Before we take a little flow with our hips and we come into our meditation. Next, inhale, slowly rising in your chest. With your exhale, bending that right knee, planting your foot, and then pressing your hips forward as you possibly lean on your block. Feeling your stretch in that left hip flexor. Staying for a few cycles of breath here as we send love to that pelvic floor that holds so much trauma and energy. Next inhale, we come up through center. Exhale, we flip the right toes towards the sky, extend the leg, and bring the forehead towards the knee, half splits. flow it out. Inhale, we rise up through center, pressing the hips forward into your low lunge. Exhale, we rise up, send the toes high, forehead towards knee. 2 more. Inhale, we rise up, press the hips forward into your low lunge. Exhale, we rise up, send the right toes high, forehead towards knee, in your half split. Last one here, your own count. And when you're ready, coming back up into your neutral low lunge. Keeping your right fingertips on a block, kick your left toes towards the sky, and reach your left hand towards your left ankle or top of your left foot. You can stay right here. This may be more than enough for you. If you crave more tonight, always an option. And if you did so on the other side, I invite you to King Arthur's pose. Reach that right hand back slowly as you come up off of the block, pressing into your right foot, belly button into your spine, core is tight, your right foot grounded so much that your right finger toes could lift and wave. Maybe you press that left heel in towards your left glute to stretch the quadricep. Maybe you kick the left foot long to bring the shoulders away from the ears. And wherever you are, take a check, inventory check here. Where are your shoulders? If they are up in your ears, it defeats the purpose. Relax them down away as your elbows bend to pull that left heel into your left glute and feel the stretch in that quadricep. And if you're kicking out, the whole purpose is to roll those shoulders down and back. Staying here for a few more cycles of breath, keeping your core tight. We are almost there, friends. And for those of you that are craving some strength building, join me again in about an hour for transformative boot camp with your 5 and 10 pound weights. We're here every Tuesday and Thursday, 4 and 6 p.m. And in another 2 weeks, we'll be here on Saturdays and Sundays at 9 a.m. 2 more breaths in your current posture before you switch it out. Preparing to maybe kick your leg long if you've got it tucked in towards your glute. And not long where it's fully extended, but just kicking it out so that it pulls those shoulders down and back. Woo! And if you fall out of it, it's okay. Simply find your breath and come back to it when you're ready. It's all about finding that perfect push to pull, that balance of what to give and take. So take what you need now. Only you know what that is. Staying here for a few more cycles of breath, feeling that stretch really turn on. And any of you that are interested in our fitness challenge, get out of your head and back into your body. That starts March 1st. And it runs for 8 weeks. It includes all of these evening workshops, as well as an Ayurvedic meal plan, weekly grocery lists, recipes, guidance from me. It establishes a breathwork practice, a meditation practice, and a fitness routine for you, teaching you that taking care of yourself is a lifestyle, that fitness and eating healthy doesn't have to be punishment. It can be a lifestyle change so that you feel well and you are worth it. And one lucky winner from that challenge will be getting a free stay and admittance to our fitness summit at the Harrison Serenity Ranch, April 28th through May 1st this year in Poway, California. Slowly starting to bring your hands back to your blocks as you release your left foot down to the ground. And then coming on to both knees for a moment. And then coming down to a seat. Kicking your legs out long. Pushing your blocks to the side. Bringing your arms parallel to the earth like a zombie. With an exhale, slowly roll back, one vertebra at a time. Stamp your feet into the earth right below your glutes. Press your palms into the ground, so close that they could tickle the heels of your feet. Exhale out your air. Inhale, come up into a bridge pose as your hips rise. Rolling onto your shoulders here. Option to bind the arms at your low back space by interlacing your fingers here and then pressing your pinky side edge of your fist into the earth to further lift your heart to the sky. Inhale, your belly pushes towards the clouds. Exhale, your belly deflates. Staying here for 2 rounds of breath while you take a self-study of your energy and where it's at. Maybe this fitness challenge is exactly what you need to have accountability and commitment to self, to transform your mind, body, and soul. That's exactly why I'm doing it post-COVID, to get back into my best self with all of you. Slowly starting to release your hands. Inhale, come up onto your toes. Exhale, roll down one vertebra at a time. Inhale, bringing your knees into your chest. Stamp the bottoms of your feet towards the sky and reach for the inside or outside edges of your feet, ankles, or shins. Press your knees into your armpit space and glue your tailbone to the earth. If you crave more, you can rock left to right, massaging the tops of your glutes. And if you want to incorporate more muscle groups into this stretch, I invite you to try on archer's pose. With your peace fingers, your pointer and your middle finger, loop your fingers around both big toes. Bend that right knee deeper into your right armpit space as you kick that left leg long and you struggle to find balance as you roll on your mat. Feel that stretch up the backside of your left leg. Relax your shoulders from your ears with a gentle tuck of your chin into your chest. Stay for 2 cycles of breath and balance it out to the other side by taking a deep bend in that left knee, bringing it towards your left armpit space and kicking your right leg long, continuing to capture your big toe with your peace fingers, your pointer and middle finger. Feel this stretch up the right side and back side of your right leg, fighting your core to stay balanced as you rock and roll on your mat. Maybe you seek a deeper sense of healing. Maybe fitness isn't necessarily your thing, but you like yoga and soul work. And if so, reach out to me for our Reiki Healing Certification Program, where we heal 1 chakra a week for 8 weeks straight to come out attuned and certified in Reiki 1 and 2 at the end, capable of healing others and starting your own energy healing business. Maybe that resonates with your soul more than physically working on your well-being through fitness. Only you know what you need, so take it. Slowly bringing your knees back into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Draw your forehead towards your knees. Maybe give them a kiss for supporting you every day. Take a deep breath in, hold your breath at the top, dedicate your breath to someone you love. Another sip of air and dedicate your breath to someone you're not fond of. Last sip of air in for you, dedicate your breath. Open mouth, exhale, release your intention to the earth, to the universe. Kick your legs out long as you come into your Shavasana. Your feet fan out to your sides. Deep breaths in through your belly. Open mouth, sigh, exhales out. Allow your tongue to fall from the top of your mouth as your eyes sink deeper into their sockets. Your palms flipped towards the sky to receive all the love and energy you've created here. Allow your eyebrows to relax as you find calmness in your mind. Stillness in your body. I invite you to stay here and enjoy the Shavasana you worked so hard for. But if you are ready to reawaken to your Thursday evening and to join me for transformative boot camp in another hour, slowly starting to wiggle your fingers and toes, rolling out your ankles and wrists, keeping your eyes closed. Gently rock your head from left to right. And take a good morning stretch when you're ready. The arms go way back overhead behind you. Toes point long out in front of you. Take up space. Slowly bringing your knees into your chest and rolling over onto your favorite side, right or left. There is no wrong. Cradle your face with your lower bicep like a pillow. Press your top palm into the earth. When you're ready, rise into a comfy seat facing the front of your mat with your eyes closed. Bring your palms into a prayer pose at your heart space. Drop your forehead to your fingertips, connecting your head and heart here physically. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. Until next time. Open mouth exhale. We bow to seal our practice. Namaste.